Hey dear fashion bosses, how are you doing? Awesome. So my name remains Faith Abraham, creative director, Fashion Boss Innovations Academy. So in today's class, we are learning how to make this beautiful, trending, V-shaped neck line kaftan. Okay, if there is any such thing as what I just said. So the emphasis for this class actually is how to achieve the V shape patch, on the kaftan. That is the major emphasis on this class, how to achieve the V shape pattern, okay, on the kaftan. So if it is something you like to learn, please stay to the end of this video and do not forget to subscribe. So I have my fabric already folded. So I'm using 4 yards of fabric and the client is quite tall. So I folded the longest part of my fabric into two and then refolded like this again. And then as you can see, we are having it as 4 pieces all together. Okay. So the next thing for us to do right now is to impute our neck line. That is the next thing. Okay. So we are going to be using a neck width. For emphasis, I'm cutting both the back and the front together at the same time, okay? So we're using a neck width of 3.5 inches as against 3 inches and the depth of 2 inches. So right now, this is for the back neck line, 2 inches, 2 inches depth and 3.5 inches width, okay? So I'm just going to connect a curve to get our back neckline, and then we are going to impute our shoulder measurements, but I'll just go straight to impute the shoulder measurements with the sleeve. So from the center back of your shoulder down to where the sleeve of this outfit is going to get, which is around the elbow area, is 17.5 inches. Okay, so I went ahead to reduce 2 inches from it. That 2 inches is to enable us have that back, that black addition on the sleeve, and then I came down by 1 inch on the sleeve area now, and then I connected to the neckline for as my shoulder slope. So right now I'm imputing the sleeve measurement, the sleeve circumference. Okay, so I divided a client's bust by 6 plus 1.5 to get the sleeve armhole, and then I added 2 inches for ease, okay, making it a total of 11 inches. That is what I use as the sleeve armhole, the sleeve opening. So I just, connected my lines together. So this right now is for the sleeve, okay. So after doing this, we are going to go, right now to take bust line, from the shoulder to your bust point is 12.5 inches, okay? And I'm going to mark that out. That is my bust point, okay? 12.5 inches, okay? So I just connected it with a line, okay? So after now, we are going to take our hip line, okay? So we don't need a waist measurement for this, okay? So I just go straight to my hip line. My hip line is 30 inches. From my shoulder line to my hip point is 30 inches. So I just mark that out and connected it with a roll. So right now I'm imputing my hip circumference divided by 4 plus 4 inches allowance for ease, okay? The hip circumference divided by 4 plus 4 inches allowance for ease, okay? So right now I'm taking my bust measurement divided by 4 plus the same 4 inches, allowance for ease, okay? So I'm just going to connect from the bust line down to the hip points, with a straight line, okay? And then I'm just going to draw a little curve around this area, bringing this line we just drew to with the sleeve together, okay? So after doing that, we are going to measure. Okay, so I've already measured the length of the dress. So I'm going to go to the hem of the dress. The length of this dress is 62 inches plus 2 inches seam allowance. So whatsoever I have on my hip line, I will, just bring it down to the hem of this dress. Exactly. If you're having 70 inches on your hip line plus your allowance, just bring it down to your hem, line. So I just connect from the hip line right now to the M. Guys, basically we are done. It is not difficult. Like I said earlier, the emphasis for this class is to, show us how to, achieve the V-shaped neckline with the patch on it, basically. Kaftan is something I know that you guys already know how to make. But for the purpose of those who don't know how to make, is the reason why I went through all of this explanation, okay? So I just go ahead to cut it out, okay? So I'm cutting the neckline right now for the back panel first. So after cutting, I'm going to pull off or pull out one of the panel, that will serve as the back. So I'm pulling out the inner one. So that is going to serve as the back panel, for this kaftan dress, okay? And then we are going to come back, okay, to achieve the neckline for the front panel. Okay, so I'm just trying to arrange it properly. So if you've watched the video to this point and you've not subscribed, please, I encourage you to please kindly do so right now. A lot of us watch our videos and then we are not subscribed. That is not fair on us because we go through a lot, like a lot, to put all of these clips together, guys. So the only way you can encourage us is by subscribing and liking and sharing, guys. Please kindly do that for me. Thank you. So I just come back to my neckline and then I'm going to measure 10 inches. Okay, the reason why I'm using 10 inches is because the client emphatically say that she wants the neckline to be a little deep. Otherwise, I would have used 8 or 9 inches, but I'm using 10 inches right now. So I just connect with a slant from the neckline down to the 10 inches that we just, measured to give us a V shape, basically, guys. This is how to acquire the V shape. Okay, so I'm just cutting it out, as you can see me illustrate right now. Okay, so I open it up and this is what we have, as our front neckline. Okay, so the next thing for us to do is to cut the facing, that is going to serve as a patch, or as the design for the kaftan, that black, and patch, on top of it. That is what we are going to be cutting right now. So I'm using a Duchess, to achieve this. So I just cut out, a piece of Duchess, and I went ahead, to infuse my fusible interfacing, which of course is a soft black stay. That's what I use. Okay, so you just make sure that the facing is as lengthy as your neck, your waistline. So if your waistline is 16, use a facing of about 17 inches, but the emphasis is that it must get to your waistline at least. Okay, so I just place it this way. I fold the facing, the black fabric into two, and then I place my neckline on it this way, okay, to replicate the same neckline on the facing, guys. Okay, as you can see me illustrate, and then I'm just going to go ahead to cut it out. Okay, have you subscribed? Please kindly do so for me right now. Thank you, and God bless you as you do so, as you subscribe, as you like, as you share. Do not forget to tap on the bell so you get notified each time we drop new video. Okay, so I just open up my front panel this way again. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring the black piece together. So on the neckline right now, I measure 5 inches. Okay, 5 inches, or you can use 5.5. Okay, so I just connect it with a slant line, into the end of my facing or of my patch fabric, whatsoever is, palatable for you to call this, is perfect. Okay, so I just connect from the 5 inches mark down to the end of the fabric, which of course is as lengthy as my half length. The length for this client is 20 inches actually. Okay, from her shoulder to her waistline is 20 inches, but I have 21 inches. Okay, so I've given you a clue. So you can see how it's looking all very vivid and beautiful. Okay, so I just open up my main fabric, okay, and I place it, allowing the wrong side of the fabric to face me, and then also the wrong side of the facing to face me. Okay, so both the wrong side of the fabric is facing me and the wrong side of the facing is facing me. So I just run a straight stitch following the shape. After running a straight stitch, I just bring it back right now, to notch. Okay, properly. So you have to notch so that it can lay very well and relax very well when you flip inside out or when you turn it. So I am just turning it this way right now, guys. Okay, as you can see, this is the front part right now. You see how it's looking very relaxed because of our notch. Okay, I've not ironed yet. I'm still going to, take it to my ironing table. Okay, to iron it properly, as I can illustrate right now. Iron it properly. So on the edges of the fabric, I folded it in using a 0.25 inch. Okay, this will enable me sew it with ease on my main fabric. Okay, so I'll just sew it this way. You can choose to use a hemming glue to hold it down so it does not shift when you are sewing. So I just sew it that way, as I illustrated, following the shape. So after sewing, guys, this is what we have. I'm sorry I lost a clip of this video where I was showing how to bring both panels together. So after sewing your black piece on your fabric, I just bring both panels, the front and the black and the back together, and sew on the shoulder line, bringing both pieces together to make it one. That was what I did. I'm sorry I lost that clip. So I have this fabric with me that I added to the sleeve, 2 inches. Okay, so I folded both edges in using 0.25. After doing that, okay, I just bring it, place it on the sleeve area, opening it up and place, and then I sandwich the fabric into the black piece. Okay, that way, and then you are done with your sleeve, guys. It is not difficult. So after attaching that black fabric to your main fabric, I just bring it up down this way to close it up. Okay, arrange it properly and then close from the sleeve, down to the hem of your kaftan. Okay, this is really lengthy. Okay, because the client is tall. So after closing it up, I just come to the hem and then I fold, guys, and then we are done. So you interlock it properly and give it a very good ironing. And guys, as you can see, this is the outcome of our project. You see how beautiful it is looking. So if you've learned a lot from this video, or if you've acquired any value, please subscribe. Even if you didn't get any value, please subscribe, share, and like. If you have a question, drop on the comment section. Okay, so but for me, I think this is really looking very beautiful, neat, professional, and all of that. Subscribe, guys. Subscribe, like, share. Okay, like it, share it, comment, drop your comments, like it, share it, and I'm going to see you guys in our next video. Bye bye for now.